one gotta go, and that means music, everything, like music, albums, all that, and the artists as well too. So I got Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morales and the Big Steppers, Future, I Never Liked You, Pusha
That's
T,
tough.
I forgot what the name is, and then Jax Harlow's album that he released like maybe like a month or two back. So,
Well, I mean, this is kind of easy for me because, again, just out of those four people, I do not even know one of them. So,
Which one is
again,
that?
Pusha T. Oh, the only thing I know about him is when him and Drake had the diss. That's all I know who this guy is. That's literally all I know. But I mean, we can talk about each and every person. I mean, we discussed this on last episode. Kendrick, lyrically, he got I mean, from the old heads to new gen to now, he got passed down. Now, probably people are saying you're just dick riding Kendrick. I mean, listen to the album yourself. If it's not for you, it's not for you. I mean, I don't like if I want to get hype the night before the club, I'm not playing Kendrick's
This is my
albums.
thing about Kendrick, bro. And I think, again, this is coming from a non-hardcore rapper. So in a way, you guys are gonna probably be like, he shouldn't be talking about it. But I think this is more of me off of an artist point of view. Um, he's lyrically the goat. He's a goat lyrically. It's just, I think the whole thing about everyone going back and forth on Twitter about, oh, this is gonna make the Drake fans shut up. I'm like, bro, like, I think you guys forget the two different ratios of rap that these two men they produce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know the rap game can seem quite competitive, but it's like they it just seems weird that these two gentlemen are like literally producing both rap music, but totally different. And I think it's just crazy that everyone's just comparing or trying to debate about who is better when they're the one is excelling in a different field in my head, which is lyrical, versus like let's pop it up, let's make it good, and let some words be rationally put in there to make some sense and tell a story. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me.
no, I get what you're talking about. Like same thing with Kendrick. I love Kendrick. Like this man is up there, like I said, with all the greats. He's obviously Jake. Same thing goes to J Cole. He's also up there. Um, like obviously Kendrick Lamar doesn't really have any flops when it comes to music, personally, because if you listen to him a lot, like I do, like I've listened to a good amount of his songs. This man doesn't really have flops at all. He's like he's like one of the artists that rarely has a flop in in an album or in a song, and it's good because like he's lyrically in his own element in his head that's like he doesn't have to put out a lot of tracks or albums like other rappers do to to be physically be like, oh yeah, this man's a goat, this man's good. Kendrick Lamar's
Well,
like already achieved that type of status that he's like, you know, I can just release this one album and don't release anything for the next 2 to 3 years and then come out with another album and it still be as fire as the last one
well,
or as up there.
don't you have to see like people like Kendrick and Drake, those guys that can put out good music, and then the reason why they're gone is because they have so much pressure. You have to from Damn, Kendrick's like, okay, I have to beat this. How the hell am I going to make a step up? That's why he took 2 to 3 years off. I mean, and because again, he probably doesn't have the he probably has resources, but not as much as Drake has. I mean, the motherfucker has his own plane for Christ's sake. He
I was
has
about to say
people.
that the motherfucker has his own airline, bro. Come on.
So between these, they're totally different. So like, I mean, Drake could put an album every like year and a half and still be good, but it's those big of a people that are like, hey, I need to top this last one. how the fuck am I going to do it? So that's why it takes some time. Kendrick actually takes the most time out of them. I mean, maybe if you count maybe Kanye, Jay-Z, maybe. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like, if someone on that caliber is respected on all levels of the music industry, then and that's why they take all this time, because they not only want it to be perfect, like how they want it, excuse me, but they have to beat the last album that they put out. So, I mean, that's why Kendrick is up there. That's why when he dropped it, everybody went fucking nuts, because it's like one of those guys like, oh my God, he's dropping an album. We never get an album from this guy in like 2 to 3 years. So this is like big hype. And it's a smart move on Kendrick's part.
Especially at this time.
So, I mean, who else do we have? We have Future. Now, Future, that's crazy. Okay.
Future.
I mean, Future's just that, I call him a hook artist. He's a definition of a hook chorus artist.
Come on.
What?
Sammy's trying to get up. Come on. Go.
He's going to be doing a lot of chopping.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Keep going.
So, Future to me sounds like a hook artist, meaning he is good, like he is fantastic on the hooks and the choruses. I mean, and I think he's also what I call a featured artist, meaning he's good with somebody else's song than he is on his own. Or if he does make his own, the artist he puts on there, kind of the chemistry with it goes well. That's why his albums go in. Like, have you noticed, like, all his albums, you listen to it back and forth, everybody really picks up Future's hooks and choruses? I mean, they really do. What a Time to Be Alive. I mean, come on, that's just where you at. Freaking, just all the projects. He has done more joint albums than he does probably singles. I think this one was the first like single album he's ever done since that album of like All of the Lights and Same Damn Time. I mean, that was middle school era, so that is probably 8 to 9 years ago when he first came out. Yep. He's just better as that feature hook artist. Like, I mean, that's why him and Drake get so well. Drake does all the verse, Future does all the hooks. That's why What a Time to Be Alive was a great fucking album in 2016. That's why every time they do a single with somebody, it's good. Like, it's really good. So, I mean, if you brought up in this series that if we're talking about personality too, wow, with it. I mean, the one thing I could say about Future is the whole fucking shit with Sierra, but I mean, other than that, the music just speaks to itself. So, I mean, I wouldn't really let him go yet. I mean, I already know my answer already, but I'm just kind of going through the artists at this point. Then you got Jack Harlow.
Jack? Alright. So, Jack Harlow, yes. Like, I mean, this man has been making music since probably like 2016 maybe, but he didn't get known till 2020, right? 2019, 2020, am I guessing correctly? So yeah, he did like, you know, albums and stuff, but you know, a lot of people know him, but they didn't really know him like they do now. And Jack Harlow, he did What's Poppin', remix with the Baby, Tory Lanez, Lil Wayne. He did Already Best Friend with Chris Brown. He did a song with Big Sean. He you know, he has a song on his new album with Drake. Like he's a good rapper. He did stuff with Lil Nas X. Like
Jack right now, to me, where he is right now, because again, I mean, we have to bring this up because again, the rap and hip hop is a predominantly black culture thing, and when someone out of the woodworks like Jack Harlow, Eminem, MGK at the time, these guys were kind of like, oh my God, we did not know white people do this too.
Eminem was legendary. He changed the whole game.
Of course, but I'm saying he's right. Jack Harlow right now, he is at the stardom of where Eminem was when the Slim Shady era is. And he's also part of the media. This is like if you bring up Jack Harlow, everybody talks about them. Females love him, guys love him. I mean, he's entertaining. I mean, where else can you go wrong with it? I mean, the guy is just the new white guy that just came into the game because we had Eminem. He's still in it, but I mean, again, he's a legend at this time. Out of all the white rappers, hip hop artists, he's on the top. Okay, I
Hmm.
would put. I mean, I would put MGK, but I mean, after
And,
Eminem fucking annihilated his ass, he
and
switched to a whole new
he went
genre.
to a whole exactly he went to a whole new genre. The man is on a whole new level. Like he's painting his nails, bro. Come on.
I mean, it's just
No judgment. No judgment.
Jack right now is not really at the peak, but I mean, it's just going up. And it really all started not from What's Poppin'. What's Poppin' made him go up. It's actually, he did a song with Bryson Tiller, and that's how he got his start. And then What's Poppin' came along, and then, I mean, hell,
Jesus, Sammy.
what else? And then he had that one album with Big Sean and a bunch of other artists. I mean, that was an okay album. And then this album that he just put out wasn't. This brought a little different side of Jack that people kind of did. I mean, people when they think of What's Poppin', it's like, oh, something lit. Everybody knows the words. I mean, he's showing off his versatility a little bit. I mean, his personality off camera is what I've seen just great. I mean, there's
He's a
really
Jordan.
nothing
He reminds me of Jordan.
minus the Nardo Wick features he has. So, but I mean, again, the only person I'm putting out is Pusha T because, again, I don't know who this guy is. The only thing I know about this guy is when him and Drake were feuding and the diss tracks came along. That's all I know this guy for. Unless there are, I mean, that's why I'm choosing.
I mean, I know Pusha T is, was, he did stuff with Kanye way back when. Feud with Drake, yes. He did there's some other songs that I did like by him, but he's not really known and relevant now as he was years ago. Like, Future and Jack Harlow and Kendrick is still talked about now. I feel like, yes, Pusha T did fall off. I mean, yeah, he still has good hits, but like not now. I feel like his album, not really a lot of people was talking about it, and I think he kind of fell off to a point that like I said, he's not really known now. So if I had to say which one would leave, honestly, it would also for me be Pusha T because he's not talked about or relevant known or nor his music is.
Well, I mean, again, if you take Pusha T out, nothing will change. If you took those three, out of those four guys, if you took at least Kendrick out, the lyrical world would still be on Eminem, and
And
it
J.
would
Cole.
just and J Cole. But that's pretty much it. You take out Future, every hook from probably 2014 all the way to now would be non-existent. And if you take out Jack, I mean, again, who we're gonna rely on? Eminem again and MGK? Fuck no.
We could pull
I'm
out
glad
Eminem's
we.
daughter. She's pretty fire.
Oh my god, yeah.
Haley will start a whole riot.
Oh, damn right.
I
But
think
I
she's
mean,
beautiful and got bars.
I didn't know she does music.
Yeah, man, she's sick.
I need to definitely take a look at that. But so, G, which one you choosing to go?
Pusha T.
Pusha
G?
T. We
See,
all
it's
agree with
all
Pusha
some.
T.
We all agree.
And I'm not saying he's a terrible rapper. He's not. He put a lot of rappers in their
I'm not
place.
biting the
It's
man.
just
He's
that he's
just.
not relevant now.
I don't know him enough. I know of him. I've heard a few things. I don't think, for me personally,
Nobody knows enough of him to care. We get Thanos snap and he disappears. Guess
I mean,
what?
like let me not
Same
say
old
that.
shit.
I don't wanna like disrespect him like that. Like no, not enough to care. I mean, like I just don't know enough about him. Like the best you got, like I said, the best you got. He's got a few songs or whatever. He was not on my radar. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of those people that just like pop in my head and be like, yo, I'm about to just blare some of his music out of the thin air and be like, I know half the.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. I understand that. Like I said, I probably listened to him like I think when it was like maybe 2014 and beforehand, like when it was like Drake and then him and Kanye and all that type of stuff. But him now, I haven't even listened to his new album or the recent album that he pulled out. So that's what I was saying. I'm not saying he's a terrible rapper. I'm not saying he's a bad rapper, but he's just
It's
not
just
relevant.
nobody's talking. Nobody's talking about him. The last
Yeah.
time we heard that name was the feud with Drake. That's it.
That's
Like, I
literally
mean,
it.
that's literally it. So, I mean, again, we all agree on the same page. Pusha T.
Yep. Pusha T, gotta go. Love you as a person, but everything else gotta go.
Your
Sorry.
breath stink.
But
Your beard's weird.